Hey guys, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel. It's going to be like watching a still video almost again, unfortunately, because it's the voice and the information is the part you got to concentrate on. We're going to show you some nice parts and a few little demonstrations, but there's not a lot more I can show you than what I am. I'll do my best. Appreciate the feedback though. Please feel free to, leave a comment there, preferably a positive one. If it's negative, just send me a text to the mobile, let me know what the problem is and we'll sort it out. But it all seems pretty positive, so it's all good. Now this is how to press the front hubs for the Prados, the Prado 120, 150, more or less the same. Look, kind of universal the way we do it. We only do the Prados, not the Hiluxes. So these are the parts you need, and I'm going to show you all genuine parts in this video. If you want to see the other options for the aftermarket or the recycled and the whatever, check out our other videos on our channel. Just search Prado front hubs, bearing, that sort of thing, and you'll find it. Okay, so the first thing you need, let's be really clear, this is the bearing, okay? It doesn't come in this box here, that's just the box in there. That's the bearing, okay? Right, genuine bearing, that's the only way we will supply it to you. So that's the first thing you need. The next thing you need is a seal, okay? So the seal presses over this side. So if you look at both sides of it, that does look a little bit different, okay? I reckon the seal would probably almost fit on both sides. Don't press it on the wrong side. That's the wrong side. So the flat side, that's the side that bolts to the hub. This side here with the taper on it, that's where the seal goes, okay? So over here I've got one I prepared earlier, and I've just pressed that seal on. So that's what it looks like out of the package with the seal on. Now, as I may have mentioned before, but I'll mention it again in a few times because that's how we roll. I try and do a neat and tidy job of that. I think I do all right. Now, we've examined a lot of these hubs that we've split over the years, and the bearings do seem very dry and some rust. So we're trying to work out where the water gets in. Obviously, there's a few ways. There could be this way between the hub. We don't believe it's getting in there. There could be from behind here past the O-ring in this way. We don't believe it's getting in there. So if nothing's getting in here and nothing's getting in there, and it's not coming up the shaft, that would be the shaft getting stuck in the middle. It's not that either, because that's the dust cap that seals that. So make sure you don't damage your dust cap. I'm not sure if I put it in other videos. You got to be very careful getting that dust cap off. The best way is a wood chisel. Well, the best way I've found, if you've got a better idea, hit me up with a suggestion, but the wood chisel works awesome. Nice and sharp, it's tapered. You just gently work it slow, it works really well. Small chisel with a heavy hammer. So the first thing you want to do is fit this seal, and you do need a special tool so that you're hitting nicely along the edge of this seal to get it all nice and square. So we do a beautiful job of that. The part I'm not sure about is if the moisture's, the only way I can see it, it's not getting from there or there, it may be getting under that lip of that seal there. So that's why I do this. I've been doing it for years, and it's certainly not going to hurt, okay? I believe all the dirt and water debris is coming down through the rotor here to this area. So look, step one, put your seal on. Step two, put your sealant on. Really important step three. So you've got two genuine parts so far. Step three is your third genuine part. Put the bolt in, right? If you put the bolt in and then press this brand new genuine hub on without the bolts in there, you're in trouble, okay? So don't do that. Make sure you remember to press it all together like that. Now, of course, here's one I prepared earlier, so I'll just put this one aside. Don't leave bearings with ABS sensors sitting around on steel benches either. You've got to be careful how you store them. So we take all these sort of precautions so that, it just works for you, right? So here's one we've just pressed together. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 genuine parts if you count the bolts as one. Then you've got a genuine O-ring that goes on here. I like to put a light smear of grease around here, same as I do on the hub, just a little bit to press it in, makes it go in a little bit easier, and it's going to prevent any moisture and whatever. And so this O-ring, I'm just showing you for demonstration. Pretty straightforward, right? That's where it goes. I do like to put a very thin smear of grease, or whatever you like, on all the surfaces on the face, all this areas here. That way, look, it's pretty well, the quality of the face pretty well seals it, I've got to say. And then you've got your O-ring that seals it. But let's just imagine over time it goes hard. If you've got a bit of grease in there as well, that grease is going to help stop any moisture penetrating past the O-ring and just help seal it off as well. And last but not least, there is one more seal that goes in behind the hub. There it is there. That's what's included in our kit. We only really do them as pairs. If you're picking them up, obviously it's cheaper. They're very heavy to send out. If you want to know about pricing, give me a bell. It can be anything from, you know, a few $100 up to about $1,000, depending, because obviously I can sell you just the parts, I can sell you just some of the parts, I can sell them to you assembled, I can sell it to you with recycled hubs, I can sell it to you with aftermarket seals and aftermarket bolts, which is all fine and it's cheaper. So it depends which way you want to go. Most people go for all brand new genuine like that. That's $1,000 for a pair plus delivery, so a lot cheaper than what you'd get, already assembled to ready, all put together, ready to go, with access to the VIP group, which is full of heaps more information for you, and that'll always be growing. I don't know what else I can tell you. Let's go and press one of those hubs together, show you what that looks like. Okay, so this is the process for pressing the hub together. Basically, you've got your bearing, you've got your seal on. I like to use that sealant, okay? Now, it may or may not seal. I've done a lot of splitting these hubs and looking at the failures of these bearings, the rust and whatever. And if there's water getting in somewhere, I believe it's coming straight through the rotor, hitting this area here, and perhaps getting up, because it's just steel pressed over steel. It probably seals, but maybe if it's submerged a long time, I'm not sure, but that's where it looks like it's coming from. A very small amount of grease smeared on there. Sit that there. I use this socket. Centralize it, get it nice and straight in the center of the hub. Okay, we're going to bring it down a little bit when we get it close. The main thing is you've got to press it on square. The big issue, the really hard part, is getting them apart, not getting them back together. Okay, so togethers with new parts particularly is generally a non-issue. Like I said, with new genuine parts, I should say. Right, so everything's hunky-dory, right, as they say. Doesn't matter how straight you get it, apparently it still easily puts a bit of pressure on the side, but you do your best to get it straight as you can, and as soon as it starts it'll pop straight anyway. But obviously if it cocks up sideways, stop and realign it. Don't force it in on an angle, that wouldn't be good. And whatever you do, do not forget, make sure you've got all 4 bolts in there, because once you get this pressed down, you're in trouble. And as soon as it's home, you'll know as soon as it's there, and that's it. You can stop, okay? There's no need to press it hard or load it up or anything like that. Okay, that's the deal. Happy days. Okay, next step. All right, guys, so there they are. Last few things I wanted to say was the sealant that I use, Ultra Grey, gasket maker, RTV, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter, Ultra Grey, Grey Max, whatever. We include that with our injector kit if you ask for it, with the Molykote as well, and the grease we use. Not that it matters, but you know, that's the grease, just any grease really. A little bit of grease as you slip it on, and just the other little bit of information. So please don't call me to ask me about these hubs and this and that and whatever, if you know what I mean. Like, that's why I do the videos. There's the information. If you've got questions, please find a post on one of our Facebook groups or pages and ask questions under one that's already there, or start a new one asking about it. That way other people can answer. There's input from everyone. I can answer, I'll get to it eventually. And that way it helps everyone, because if I answer your question there, thousands of people can see it. If I had to take a phone call from everybody every day, I'll be on the phone 100 hours a day. And as you know, there isn't 100 hours a day. So look, feel free to give me a call. If you've got something really unique that you've searched everywhere on our pages, groups and YouTube channel, you've seen every video and it's unique, definitely give me a call. I'm here to help. I just want to let you know, don't sort of ring to go, oh, you know, so what oil do I use? Or, oh look, I need brakes, what brake pads should I use? You know, all the basic stuff like that. It's all covered in videos. Group, you can go on, that's why we've got the Facebook groups. Now, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, if you go and watch all the other videos on YouTube, through the video or towards the end, I've shown a list of the groups and pages. You've just got to watch things thoroughly. That's how you learn and get all the information. As always, I really want to thank you for watching the video, and please subscribe, give us a thumbs up and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next awesome bit of information. Thanks for watching. See ya. Alright, so let's be pressing it together. So we've got the bearing, and we do give it a bit of a spin and have a feel it's right. Make sure that's clean, a little bit of grease on it. Sit that in place. Roughly for now, we're going to have to drop that a little bit. Probably not enough yet. Okay, it's important to try and keep it center as much as you can. Like always when you're pressing something, simple stuff. Simple to say anyway, simple to do. Just try and get, nearly lost it. Nearly lost it. No, I never lost one yet. Again, it's always just for the video. Just for the video. Be aware of what might happen. Okay, so just get down. Make sure it's fairly level. Right. This is obviously the worst example. Centralise that socket there. Doesn't matter if the thing's not, look, you want to get close as you can to the center and level, right? So try and do that without nearly dropping it this time. Just gotta go that way just a little bit. So that's it. That's very level, very center. I don't know if I could do a better job than that, really. Other than nearly dropping it at the start. Yeah, there's nothing really holding it there. With the grease on there, it goes in very easy. Obviously there's a hydraulic setup, so just make sure you got your bolts in. Whatever you do, the massive caution is, I mean, if you try and fit that seal to the wrong side, you might wreck it. I don't know, I guess I haven't tried that, but the big caution is make sure you got your bolts in, because if you press this together, you're not going to get it apart without destroying your bearing, which is probably the most expensive part between that and the hub. As soon as it starts to go firm, it's all the way in, so you can release it. You know what I say? Bada boom, bada bing. There it is.